Welcome to Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday. It's October the 14th. My name is Nancy Gaskins and I'll be your host. Every week we have a different focus. Week 1, we do elevator pitches, networking, collaborations. Week 2, masterminds, where we help you solve business problems and have really great discussions. We share tips, tools, and resources with one another because after all, iron sharpens iron. Week 3, we discuss wealth building, business opportunities, and philanthropy. So if you've got any great causes that you'd like to come and share, people doing great things around the world, it doesn't necessarily have to be a nonprofit, just something that really maybe is tugging on your heartstrings or something that you see in the world that's not being done that should be done. We want to hear about that. And then week 4, personal and professional development. And without further ado, I've got a couple of announcements that I thought I would share with you today. I want to get a jump start on that. Early, I was thinking this year we could do an ornament exchange for the Christmas and holidays. And the way that I see that working is we could have an evening and a lunch option. You can invite others, entrepreneurs that you know in other groups or whatever to come in and join us, but they would need to let me know that they want to participate. And then I would give everybody out a name, just like you would when you would draw names. And the ornament would need to be mailed before December the 10th to ensure that it would get to the recipient in time for us to have our party. And then we could come on one Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday in December and before Christmas. And then also we could open those up during that time. So it would give us a really wonderful time to kind of share the holiday season with one another. And we could keep those ornaments to $20 and under. I think before I did $10, and some people were saying that that really wasn't enough for some. I mean, I don't want this to be a financial obligation or anything like that, but I thought it would be fun getting Christmas ornaments from around the world and being able to share those. If you would like to participate, you can let me know about that. And then I saw Bruce. I saw that you were on Olivia and LaDonna's. We're going to let you talk about that for just a minute. Y'all did a terrific job. And just so you know, LaDonna has broken her arm. I guess she fell. So y'all reach out to her and give her some good vibes and best wishes for that. You want to tell us about your experience and how it was interesting that it showed up. They had scheduled you and didn't even realize that it was Mental Health Day. So I thought that was pretty neat. Go ahead.
Yeah, none of us realized that at the time and that. So yeah, I was on their Monday Mojo show, and it was a lot of fun. So LaDonna has a lot. She broke her arm that morning, I think, is of the show. It's like, gee, there's less painful ways to get attention, but she has a great when she has her home sweet home treasures.net store, and they're kind of partnered with a charity in Uganda, and that's talked about that too. But I shared some of the stuff on the book that came out, the chapter that I am in there with, called Got Ants, and with automatic negative thoughts. And what LaDonna said is she didn't, when she got ants, she was thinking about the little crawly things on the ground. It's like, oh, that's not at all the insects that I thought it was going to. But it was fun. This is towards the end. I had some tech issues. I lost the audio. I couldn't hear either one of them. And so at the end, when I finally got reconnected, I said, whenever I've been on other Zoom calls with high energy people, we always have some sort of a tech issue. So it's just a mojo overload, or so that they're starting to incorporate that, because they had that, I guess, yesterday. So they've got a slide now. It's this mojo overload or mojo reboot.
Yeah, it was it's, I love how LaDonna has tried to incorporate something unique in what she's doing. She's tying every month, I believe it's every month, into a nonprofit. So she gives certain amount of her sales to a nonprofit. So I love that they were doing that. And something else that I noticed is, you know, Olivia's learning, as speaking of the devil, she's using her husband's name on here. Your ears must just been burning, girl, burning. We're sitting here talking about you.
Yeah,
Go
I was
ahead,
telling
Doug.
us is that you broke your arm. I think that the day that we did the Monday Mojo show, it's like there's less painful ways to get attention.
I know. I don't know why my husband's name popped up there. You know, I did that fill in the blank stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Laziness.
oh my goodness. So how long do you get to keep that?
This until Tuesday, and then I get the really, really hard cast. And that's probably for a while if I don't have to have surgery. So that's
Well,
what you get for treasure hunting and falling down.
there you go. There you go. Well, we were just giving Bruce an opportunity to talk about his time with you and Olivia and what a great job that y'all had done. And I had said, you know, I love that you're tying that into a charity each month. So since you're on here, you want to tell us a little bit about that? It's not our charity week, but go ahead and give you the opportunity to share a little bit about that and how you found those people.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? Gary is an amazing man. I'm so glad he's in our network. He put me in touch with, I cannot say the lady's name. Her last name is Helene, and she is in Uganda, and she has this, they're building a life center. And for the children, you know, they have nowhere to go. Most of them are orphans. So this center will be able to house them if needed, beds, clothing, food. And what I love the most is they're going to be teaching them school, you know, regular school, but also life skills for when they go back out into the world. So they know how to live on their own. They know what to expect out there in the ugly world. So yeah, it's a great organization. And guys, if you have anything you need to purchase, we even put gift cards in there. 40% of everything you purchase through the website, www.homesweethometreasures.net, 40% goes back to them, including the gift cards. And right now we have gift cards, buy one, get one half off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, and I did that on purpose. It's a great way for you to save. Let's say you need to buy 2 gifts. You can buy one gift card for $20 and buy it, you know, get one half off for only 10. That could buy 2 gifts.
Right.
And help them 40%. Only this month that goes to them. And then at least every other month, we try to have a fundraiser, if not every month.
Perfect.
And it's people like Gary, I would have never, ever known about this group without him.
Sure. Well, and that's what, you know, I really want us to start pushing that on our week 3, where we really start talking about what people are doing. And this past week, I'm still sore, believe it or not, the gluteus maximus. You would not believe, up and down that ladder and swinging a hammer. I did the Women Build for Habitat for Humanity. It was so much fun. And thank God that the sun was not beating down. It was kind of cloud coverage and we still sweat. I mean, I sweat so much, I drank so much, but I didn't even go to the restroom. I mean, I'm telling you, I can't believe it. So my body used all of that during that time, but it was such a wonderful thing. I want to do it again. And I want to get, you know, a bigger team together, and I learned some stuff, how we can do some fundraising. So that's really a big part of what we do as this group. So I just want to commend you for that. And then Bruce, I want to get your people in touch with the Hope Squad, which is also a national suicide prevention that they're used to put in all the schools. They're moving that towards military and some adult groups as well. So your gal would probably be a good connection, and they're out of Utah. I mean, it's a big deal, called the Hope Squad. So get with me afterwards and we'll try and figure something out where maybe your gal can collaborate.
And
Yeah.
Bruce, I hope you enjoyed your time with Olivia and I.
Oh,
we
yeah.
love it. Any of you that want to come on and speak, we would love it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was
Well, I'm loving all the different things that she's learning how to use the tools, and that's all part of it, you know, just to watch how when she started using that Restream to how y'all are doing now. And people don't realize how it's tough, like facilitating, like you and her are co-hosting, you know what I'm saying? Both of you work together. You have to learn, it's a skill. You have to learn not to, you know, fall all over each other, just like we do in this
And there's a
group.
little, and the challenge, one of the challenges that I noticed that you ladies have adapted to is a little bit of a audio delay in that when you're, you know, don't want to try and talk over each other type of thing. That, but yeah, I was really impressed with, I think that's the first time I was on an event that it was using Restream. And I love the way he was able to reshuffle
The people.
the people around, as well as the banners scrolling across the bottom. And this is, so yeah, so I'm gonna start playing with that.
Me too. Me too. I
And let
really
me
want to
tell
do
you,
that.
Let me tell you guys, when Olivia approached me about doing this, I was, of course, I'm up to anything to help others and also get my name out there to hopefully help my website. But I thought, well, you know, she's my children's age. Will we clash, or will we really be good for each other? And I was really afraid, and she knew that going in. Oh my gosh, we bounce off of each other so well. I mean, I feel like we are a great team, and it doesn't matter that the age difference. As a matter of fact, I think it helps because we can give great insight, because let's face it, as we get older, we're different. We think differently. We've done all the craziness. We know what not to do, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we do it anyway, right? Yeah.
You know, and hey, you know, it's just what it is. But you know, but it's great because we have a different mindset, and it helps keep the group young, but it also keeps the group mature. And
Well,
I
also,
love that.
it really helps with making the discussions more, you know,
Yes,
engaging
vibrant
in
and
that too.
engaging. You're
And
exactly,
then this is the
you're
other
exactly
the other
right.
aspect that I really love about Restream is that I was able to set it up so that I could stream live onto my Facebook and LinkedIn. So all of the participants, they can set up their channel so they're streaming live at the time. It's not like you're having to share the video. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
And let me, just for those who don't know what we're talking about, this platform is called Restream. And one of the wonderful benefits that they're trying to explain here is normally when you do a video and you go live, it's only showing up in your feed, wherever it is that you're going live. So if you're on LinkedIn, it's on LinkedIn. If you're on Facebook, it's on Facebook, and that's it. In order for you to grow organically, you have to have people to share that video and watch it. With Restream, what happens is if all of us were on a Restream instead of Zoom, let's just say, and we were doing this, we could set that up so we're going live on all of our platforms. So it's going out to all of our people. So our audience would be expanded organically. And it really is a fantastic technology.
yeah, it's
But
the counter, or the competitor is called StreamYard.
yes,
So and from what Olivia has checked them both out, and this Restream has a lot more functionality and features in that.
But
yes,
don't go into it thinking, it's going to be overnight, because Olivia and I have learned, I know nothing about Restream except what she's kind of taught me outside of it, because I'm not the magic button pusher. She is. But we've learned together what to do, what not to do. That doesn't work well. It's a learning. I mean, she's done a lot of research. She's done a lot of lessons
practicing
on how to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
And you know, my fear is she's going to get so good, and everybody's going to be paying her so much more money than I could ever afford, that I'm going to have to learn it. Because she's getting phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the advantages, like the platform that Dean and Tony use, and the Barry and Blue, the Obvio platform. There's people that get so good on that, they actually, that's their business. They
Yes.
host events for people and that. So it's
Yeah.
And I
like,
can see Olivia doing that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
she is becoming phenomenal. She did one the other day that she had 20 different people on. And they paid her to do this. And I mean, she's just really, she's a super duper person. I know that's not the exact words to use, but she's phenomenal.
Yep, she is. She's done a fantastic job. So Olivia, hopefully you'll be listening to this if you've got time where we're giving you a big old commercial. All right, Claudio, you were gone last week. You want to give us any highlights of your fabulous vacation in Mexico?
Well, it's a lot hotter out there than it is over here. I actually caught a cold while I was down there because I was going from 30, 31 degrees and very humid outside to very cold in the rooms. We had it set probably at about 21 degrees, I think. Wow, that's Fahrenheit. So that would be about 60 odd degrees. So, but it was an absolutely gorgeous resort. It's attached to a park. The park was actually what was initially built, and they built the resort around it. It's called Xcaret, and it's just a beautiful place to go. They have all these little huts in an area called the Mayan Village. A lot of handcrafted things that they have that they make themselves.
what part of Mexico were you in?
Playa del Carmen,
West.
so
West.
near Cancun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes out of Cancun near the airport. And yeah, so they make the Mayan and the Aztec calendars are big down there. So they have, leather pieces of leather with the calendars on them, or they carve them into stone or carve them into wood. They have a little hut where we were taught how to make chocolate. We actually got to make some and bring it home, and it's delicious. You'd be amazed that you actually get to peel the cocoa bean, and every step from there to the final product. So you do the whole thing, and it's all done by hand on a stone. You get down on your hands and knees, and it's quite an experience.
Wow.
But yeah, the weather was beautiful. The resort was breathtaking, and can't wait to go back there.
Well, one of the things, Claudio and I both, and some of you may have been in the World Ventures. And so Claudio was part of this travel club, and I was kind of curious. I want to give you a couple of minutes to kind of tell us about this. I know when I get in a better position, I want to join this company, but what struck me is wonderful is what happened with Claudio while he was there and the visit that he got. So you want to tell us a little bit about that? Because we're all about sharing the love, folks. You find great deals and find great organizations to be part of. Most of us in this group really have the desire to do travel, maybe not right this minute, but in the future, whether it's, in your own country or abroad. So go ahead,
So
Claudio.
Is this part of World Ventures?
No.
No. Okay.
No, totally different company. It's not an MLM at all. You can refer people and you will get a referral commission, but it's only for that one-time referral. You don't build teams or anything like that. But just a little bit of background. The gentleman that started this his name is Michael Del Toro. And originally it was set up to provide vacations for airline employees only. And eventually the demand got greater and greater to want to do private stuff. And it grew from there, and it spawned into it's similar to World Ventures in the reach that they have and the opportunities that they have as far as prices. But it's a little bit more personal with him in the sense that, this guy is the founder. He's the chairman. He's the CEO, president. He's got all the titles. And yet I can message him on a Saturday night to ask him a question when I first started. And he quickly said, okay, let's get on a Zoom. Okay, but this is a Saturday night. You're with your family. He spent 45 minutes with me explaining something and showing me, step by step on how to go about it. So, after a couple of brief conversations, I told him, we're coming out, we're going to take our first trip down to the Cancun area and Playa del Carmen. He says, well, I've been staying down in Cancun for about 6 months. He says, when you get down here, let me know and we'll see if we can connect. Okay, never met the guy before. And so I did. I told him, we're going down in this date or whatever. And we made a couple of attempts throughout the week, but a couple of times that he knew we were on sort of we had our anniversary while we were down there. So we were out for an anniversary dinner. So he knew he was going to be in the area, but he didn't bother us. But he said, you know what? When you're leaving the airport, when you're at the airport to go back home, let me know what time you're leaving, whatever, and we'll see if we can connect over there. He drove 45 minutes after church with his mother, his wife, and his 3 kids just to come out and say hello. Now, this is somebody I've never met in person before. He actually lives down in Florida, or sorry, in Texas. That's where the head office is, down near Plano, Texas, right where World Ventures was too, which is funny. But yeah, it blew me away that he would take the time to come down there, and we shook hands, we hugged, and had a little bit of a conversation, and just the nicest person. And you can reach out to him anytime, day or night, and he'll respond to you, and he'll answer any questions.
Wow.
Now,
Well,
Claudio, did you say the company was in Plano or he lives in Plano? I'm sorry.
Both. The company is based out of Plano. It's
Oh, that
called the
isn't literally in my backyard. So
Yeah,
I'm wondering if they're giving these companies some tax breaks or something, because there has been a lot of really huge direct sales companies, even though I know this one's not, that's come out of Plano. That blows my mind. I mean, that's very popular area.
Plano does that. Texas does that. Texas does that. Like, I live in Sherman. They're giving all kind of tax breaks. My house is worth so much more money than I ever paid for it, not just the economy, because they're bringing all these companies in. But guess what? I have to live somewhere, so we can't sell the house.
Right,
You know,
right.
but so
Right.
what is the name of the company? I always like to research companies that's near me, especially.
It's called the 5 Diamond Club.
Okay.
And the nice thing with them is there's 3 different ways of getting in. You can get in for free, but it's very limited, obviously, as what bonuses and extras you're going to get. I came in the middle package. Okay, it cost me $2,800 one time. It's a lifetime membership, and then it's $295 a year to maintain it. Now, with that comes 2 7-night stays at there are 2 different resorts. One is in Nueva Vallarta, one is in Riviera Maya, and they are the Grand Lux private residence. Now, these trips are worth $20,000. You get the stay for free. You only pay for the taxes that you would normally pay, and the reason for that is the places that are giving you these resorts, it's a tax write-off for them. So, but they have to charge the taxes on it. So we pay for the taxes, we pay for our flight, but the stay is free. Now, these are 2-story villas that usually are designated for celebrities and the ultra rich. I don't know about you, but I can't afford a $20,000 vacation for a week. And then you get
Yet.
2
Yet.
and then you get 2 smaller vacations. They're still worth big money, about $1,700 each, and you get those 2 every year. And it's the same thing. You only pay the taxes on them.
So are they only in Mexico or what?
No, these 2 big ones are just in Mexico. The two smaller trips, one is for the U.S. only, anywhere in the U.S. And well, they give you a list of options. It's all the bigger cities in the U.S. And the other one is international. So it could be in Australia, it could be Brazil. There's just there's locations all around the world. But what I found out, and one of the things that they do, at first it kind of scared me a little bit when I heard the words, but then when he explained it, they deal with a lot of timeshares. It's not only that case. They do, they have all their deals with other vendors as well. But the reason is a lot of the timeshares, a lot of their units are vacant. About 30% of the units are vacant throughout the year. So they've made special deals for us to use those units, but we do not require to go to any presentations. We don't have to listen to any of them. And they may ask you if you're interested in listening to one, but they're not pushy at all. We didn't get asked at all down in the last location that we were at. They do have timeshare there, but we weren't bothered at all. So that's the nice thing. It's not. I know I've gone to these free weekend stays.
Yeah.
And you have to go to a 30-minute presentation, which ends up being 2 hours, and they are pushy beyond belief.
Yep.
We don't get involved with any of that unless you wanted to, but it's
Right.
totally optional.
Right.
So yeah, that's the one thing I really like. And he's making use of a great opportunity, and he's putting out there for the public.
Yep. Gotta be smart. And I went on the website and looked around, and they've got some really great tips on there too for your traveling. So get on there and take a look. And if you want to, Claudio, you can put your link in the chat. So
Yeah.
folks can at least go look. And again, like I'm not ready to pull the trigger right now, but it is something that I want to do for the future. So I definitely want to set myself up for that. And
Well,
then go ahead.
Sorry, one other quick thing, just so you know too. I know I mentioned to you, Nancy. It's not just about the trip. You can book shuttles, taxis, tours. If you want to go to the park that's near the resort that we were just at, you get coupons on restaurants, you get coupons on shopping, like almost anything at all that you would spend money on, they have deals on. So it's a great opportunity to, open up a door to a lot of other opportunities.
Right. Right.
And just to piggyback on that, one of the things that Laurel teaches is this type of membership. You have your business pay for it. You don't take vacations. You take business trips.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that's the way it was with World Ventures. Every single
Yes.
trip that I went on, every meal that I had was all written off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, segue, you said something about real estate in there. So I wanted to segue into that because the month of October, we're using our dues and getting involved in some real estate ventures. And I went to our Professional Investors Guild meeting live this week here in our local area. And the topic that he discussed was the benefits of having your license when you are a real estate investor. What was interesting is when he went back through some of the things and kind of the predictions and things that he had been warning everybody in this region about what to look for. Obviously, mortgage rates have went up. So he had been telling everybody, if you're going to refinance, you better do it because it's fixing to go up. If you need to refinance, go ahead and do that. Also, we just here in Florida had Hurricane Ian down south. And so what's happening is I also learned about this through Habitat for Humanity. They build here in our two counties about 40 of these homes a year. So we just had the hurricane, which means plumbers, electricians, roofers, contractors. Where do you think all those people are going? They're going down south. So we're going to have a huge shortage labor for getting anything done around here. So it could be taking people longer to get their flips and all this different stuff done. So to keep that in mind, because that your holding cost, and then also the materials, getting the materials. There's a shortage of materials right now with the logistics and all of those things. And we talked also about some of us are in the short-term vacation business, like myself. And one of the things that he had been telling everybody is, during the pandemic, it was good because like here in Florida, everybody was wanting to come here because we were open. Everywhere else was closed for vacation. And so he said this year, a lot of people down here in this area got hit pretty hard and didn't make as much money this year. And one of the things that he talked about is if you're wanting to go into that short-term rental business, make sure, and this is one of my key tenets that I have been following since day one, since 2009. You don't want to just get a home that's only a vacation property because anything can happen. Even though I'm right here in the middle of 120 miles of tourist Mecca, anything can happen. So for me, I've got a built-in market of a lot of military, civil service, contractors, and all of that in my area. So I make sure that anything that I'm looking at can be rented to a regular family or can be rented to like these contractors, like traveling nurses, people who are in here short-term, long-term, 90 days. And a big thing that's going on that I'm seeing in some of the bigger cities, and I don't see it here yet, but instead of executives renting out, let's just say a 1-bedroom apartment in a nice apartment building, a single person, what they might do is they'd be in an executive home and they would be renting out the bedrooms and they would have built-in roommates. But there are some that have made it, beautiful. The swimming pools, the executive home, they're living better on less money because they're not paying as much money as they would if they were living in that apartment complex, and it's a better quality of life. So anyways, that was pretty interesting. I thought that the stuff that he was coming out with. So just wanted to share that with you. And then I want to give a testimonial right quick for a Melaleuca. I want to share my screen right quick of something that I was making some orders over the weekend, and I haven't had a chance. I'm fairly new. I put my stuff on auto ship. Thank you, Barry. And I've got a lot of laundry detergent because we, have those grandkids and all that stuff. So my auto ship is just, a lot of that. And then the cleaning supplies. And so I had a chance to go on there. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I forgot to do the video. Let's see. Well, I don't necessarily have to do that. What's really cool here is they have this loyalty shopping dollars and spend like cash for those of you who may not know. And this is a brilliant strategy. You watch these little videos about their products and the things that they offer. So you're learning about the Melaleuca products. And at the end, you get a little quiz. So they make sure that you're paying attention, and see these little numbers right here. That's what it's worth. And I went on there and I have about $60, I think, left that I need to do. Let me make sure. Let's see if I can see that I've got to do right now. I've got 20 loyalty shopping dollars because I did 4 little videos and I learned about it. And I really wished I'd have seen that mosquito stuff sooner because we've been having some major mosquito problems on here. But I love the fact that you can do this and they give you credit. And then Barry, you want to explain a little bit how that works and how you get to redeem that stuff, and then also about the shipping. I know you wasn't expecting me to do this today, but that just happened like yesterday. And I thought, you know what, this will be a good segue for Barry for us to kind of show what they're doing. I mean, it's brilliant because you go in there and you shop and you might not ever take the time to learn about these products and really see what's there, but they've done a terrific job. And it's only 2 questions. It's not like it's super hard questions that you answer, and you still get credit even if you don't get the right answer. It'll just tell you didn't get the right answer. So go ahead, Barry.
Well, a little bit of coaching for you is that if you actually order the products and not get auto ship, you'll get more loyalty shopping dollars. That's number 1. Number 2, if you order by the 20th of the month, you'll get even a higher percentage on what your orders are. So right now I've got about 60. Linda has about $100 worth of loyalty shopping dollars. And if you order more than, we have product points associated with every product. If you order more than 44 product points in a month, you get all your shipping back. And we have a limited maximum shipping of $10.22 in the United States, no matter how heavy the box is. And in Canada, it's what, $12.50, Claudio? Something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. And you get all of that money back in loyalty shopping dollars, which means once you've done your basic shopping, you can buy a whole bunch for free, whatever it is. I've got somebody that keeps their loyalty shopping dollars all year and does all their Christmas shopping with it. Hundreds of dollars of loyalty shopping dollars. So yes, it's a perk that we have. I say it when I talk to people. Obviously, I didn't make enough of an impact with Nancy. So
I saw it. It's my fault. It's not your fault. You did your job. It's just that I finally was able to sit down, and was looking at it. And I thought, this is so neat. I love the fact that they're encouraging you and giving you an incentive to learn more about all their products.
Exactly. And it's your choice to do that.
Yeah.
It's totally your choice. So thank you.
And I'm going to tell you guys something. If you have never tried the Renew lotion, it is a godsend. I'm telling you, I ordered a bottle, not on auto ship. But I have had that bottle for over a year. I bought the really large bottle because my skin is very dry, and it helps. I mean, it creates such a moisture, but not an oily feeling. There's no oily feeling. There's not a water feeling. It just it absorbs like so many lotions. You go out and pay $20 for a bottle of lotion and it doesn't even work. You know, this stuff really, even my 3-year-old grandson, when he spends the night, he knows to go get the baby powder and that big old bottle of Melaleuca Renew. That's what his lotion is. I don't go buy baby lotion and all of that. That's what I use on him.
Well, snitching, somebody else has some skin problems. And instead of having to use doctor prescribed products or the more expensive products, they've been using Renew for years and takes care of everything. So thank you for including me, both Nancy and Mark. I had to look and see. I had to look and see what it was. I forgot what it was. But thanks for including me. And
Yeah,
I'm always here for everybody, so you can take care of yourself and your family. And
the mosquito thing it was talking about, you know, you can put it on your dogs because I've got 2 little dogs here. So, you know, that is perfectly fine, you know, to go on them because they're outside as well. And sometimes we don't think about that. We think about ourselves. So I've got some of those in my basket to order today to get some of that mosquito stuff because I've got family coming for November. So there's going to be a whole lot of people here at my house. And I thought, you know what better way to introduce that to everybody and let them try it, and then they can order some themselves.
No, here's a little trick you might want to do. This is those that you don't want to stay very long, don't give them.
Yeah. You don't behave, you don't get no skeeter dope.
Yep. And that insect repellent she's talking about is 100% herbal. So there's nothing chemical in there to damage your skin, your body, your breath, your lungs, none of that.
And there's assorted flavors too, right?
No.
Oh,
But thank you, Nancy.
yeah, no problem whatsoever. All right, let's get to the topic at hand today. We have started and we're in the last stretch of 2022. So we want to make sure that you're ending the year well. We also should be starting to plan for 2023. You don't want to wait till the last minute to start planning your new year. If you've been watching my page, you see I've got all of our new stuff going. I've got the new membership stuff up, which I hadn't talked to y'all about. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But anyway, so I'm working on what I want to get done for the next year. So I'll have all that stuff in place. So last week we talked about how do you stand out among your competitors. Some of you don't think that you have a competitor. Well, you do, whether it's just somebody competing against the time slot for whatever it is that you're trying to do. There's always some type of competitor. And what I wanted us to do today is kind of break that apart, because what you want to do is, this is a positioning statement. So the first thing you have to do is you need to think about, in your mind, how is it that you think that you stand out in the marketplace? That's number one. And then number two, we want to talk to our group members here, your peers, and we want to find out what their thoughts are on how you stand out and give you some feedback there. And then the most important piece is, how do your customers, your current clients, and potential clients think about you? And you put all those together and you've got this nice little puzzle. And what I think a lot of us are going to find out is what we think and what our customers and our peers think are probably going to be different. And so some way we need to bring all that together so that we make sure that we're congruent. And that means our messaging, what we're saying to other people, how we're promoting our promotional materials, how we're coming across, whether it's live, on Zoom or in person, our website, all of those things. So that's kind of where I thought we would start today and start working on this as we get closer to the end of the year. So the first thing, let's talk about, how do you think in your mind, what maybe makes you unique, what makes you stand out against your competitor? Anybody, would you like to share? Or maybe something that you've done? Like, for example, LaDonna is doing something totally unique, in my opinion. And I'll let her, how did you come up with that idea? Maybe to add a fundraiser to your website. Okay. There's a lot of people out there who are selling things online. So she's got to differentiate herself. One, the name, Home Sweet Home Treasures, that gives you a clue versus others, right? And you want to elaborate a little bit, LaDonna, on how you would like to position yourself in that space and how you want to be the go-to person?
Sure. Use me as a guinea pig.
I will, because you haven't been here in a while. So, that's what happens.
Exactly. Okay. So, Home Sweet Home Treasures, in my mind, says I have everything for the home, treasures, clothing, everything that a family may need. I wanted to be different in the fact that I am a business, small business, ran by me, that when you shop with me, you're keeping the lights on. You're not paying for a Lamborghini yet. So also, I wanted to differentiate myself by giving back, by coming up with the fundraisers. Yes, does it help me? Of course, because it gets people to my website. I had to completely redo my business when COVID hit. I did not have a website. And guess what? I did not know about Canva. And, yes, I knew about Facebook, was where I sold most of my items at that time before COVID. But then it changed, and I had to learn Canva. I had to learn a little bit about Restream. I had to meet an Olivia. I had to stop going to lunches, brunches, breakfast, and handing out business cards. I had to learn how to do it online. So I came up with a fundraiser. Yes, it helps me get people to that website, because that's hard. It's hard to get people to go to your website, to know where your website, to know you even have one exist. So I did the 40%, I do 20%, and then Mark and I match it. So it's 40% of everything. So it's giving a lot of my profit away, but still enough where it's all about the promotion. It's promoting that website. You know what? I don't know if all of you know, but I also, if I can't sell it, like it has a little hole or there's one little button missing, I give it away. I send it over to the Veteran Society, which they do not resell it. They give it away to veterans that are in need of a shirt, a candle, a whatever it is. Also, we have, I do the Mojo on Mondays. I do the Throwback Thursdays on Thursday mornings. I make no money off of that. I'm just hoping that they listen to my sneak previews, look at a product they like, and go to that website. But I'm hoping that I'm giving away something free that people fall in love with me, because I'm giving them, hopefully, happy, take them back to something that they enjoyed way back that maybe they forgot about, and now they can remember it. Especially in our time and day today, there's so much sadness going on. We need to build the happy. So I feel like I differentiate myself and my business in a lot of different ways.
Well, one
Did that
thing
help?
yes, one thing that I wanted to share to folks, because they get disheartened, especially, you're having to start all over. You were doing this, and now you're having to do this. So there's a learning curve. This is not an overnight success that all of a sudden she started doing Restream and now she's got $10,000 worth of sales coming in every single month and she don't have to do anything anymore. That's not how this works. So if you're anybody in here listening, yes, there's ways that we can, help with the lead generation, but those are some creative lead generation techniques that she's sharing that nobody else is doing. you know,
And-
putting a new little twist to what she's doing there. So let's kind of brainstorm a little bit, everybody, and give her some constructive criticism
Be
and
nice, be
constructive.
nice. Don't
Yes.
bust my mojo
Oh.
now.
You know, that's not what we do here. And so if anybody has any ideas, one thing right off the top that I could say is, because I love how you're doing the nonprofits. Like I said, we have over 6,000 nonprofits and they're all broke here. So everybody's looking for money. So one thing that I think would be good for you is you to get involved and get the names of all of these contacts for as many nonprofits as you possibly can, because all they have to do is send out an email. You know, you put them on a list for whatever month or whatever week of sales, they send that out, you know, and that can become a normal every month fundraiser for these people. And so now you've got an organic reach that could be in the millions of people. And for me, you know, you're not looking at the ones who already have tons of funding. You're looking for the nonprofits that are struggling, in my opinion. So maybe what you want to be doing, one big push when you're going into some networking groups or like our groups, you know, who can you introduce me? What nonprofit can you introduce me to that could be struggling, that could be using, you know, a steady stream of fundraising cash? So look at it differently. So look at it that way, because then they may have 50 people or they may have 20 people. That's 20 people you didn't know last week. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I
So
love that
I think
idea.
if you would focus on getting introduced to and setting them up on your calendar, this is what I do. I do fundraising for nonprofits, and this is a unique way that I found to do this, and it helps both you and I. And I just think that would be a no-brainer, a really good way for you quickly to scale.
Now,
Thank you, Nancy.
is this for the affiliate aspect that you have?
Yes, Jock. What I do is I have them sign up with an affiliate program, which gives them 20%. And then I match their 20%. That way I don't have to have two programs in that back office. Yes.
Because it sounds like what Nancy is saying, because I jumped in the middle of this because I had something else. So if you're dealing with a nonprofit, they might have not only their funders, but they might have their clientele are, say, poorer people that they could promote your site to, and so they could save money. And at the same time, the nonprofit could make money. That may be what Nancy was saying already. I apologize if that was.
No, that's something also an add too. Very good point. Very good point.
Yes, because, and Jock, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because once you sign up as an affiliate, that link does not go away ever unless you go in and cancel it. So you're getting 20% off of anything that they like. Let's say Nancy goes in and she signs up as an affiliate. Every time she purchases something using her link, she is getting a 20% discount right off the bat. Okay. Now, if SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo, and whoever goes in there, no matter how often, every day, every month, whatever, and purchases something using her link, she's making 20%. And she can message me and say, hey, I want my money every week. I want my money every month, or I just want you to put it to a credit so that I can spend it. Okay.
You know, that just gave me another idea. What you might do is you might target the nonprofits that work with low income families. And that might be a really better niche for you.
Perfect.
Yes. And that would give you a good idea, you know, who to look for, because now, I mean, you got these single moms groups, you've got these addiction recovery groups, you know, there's all different kinds of stuff that they need, you know, to start their lives over. And that would be a perfect thing.
Right. But what we do is when we set up a fundraiser, you're an affiliate, but during the time block that we give you, during that time, you're doubling your money coming back to you. That 40% is only during a time like this month with the Heavenly Bread Life Center. They are our sponsor for October. So anything coming in October using their link, they're getting 40% instead of 20%. But Helene, and I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her first name. It's very, I can't. Anyway, but it's there forever that they will get 20% as long as they use that link forever. It's just this month they're getting the 40%. So I think this is a way to, which I'm glad, Nancy, that you and Jock, because you just gave me like 10,000 things spinning in my head now to go out and find and reach out for, is that this is a way for them to make money forever.
Yeah.
If they will just do it. I have
Yes.
so many people that sign up to be an affiliate that never ever utilizes it. And in
Well,
my mind,
it's as
nuts.
easy as an email. They already have their contact list. That's it. You know, this month we're doing this. This is an easy, low hanging fruit way for us to make money.
Well,
So
well, along with this, the other thing, you know, it hasn't happened recently because of the lockdown and everything, but remember there've been youth charities going door to door. We're making, you know, we're part of such and such group with a fundraising and that. So the church charities, anything like that, this is like, hey, just sign up as an affiliate for my business and you'll have perpetual income as long as you use that link. You know?
yes. Yeah.
And people are purchasing things that they want to purchase. And we even add in there the gift cards, which is, okay, I don't want this. They don't have my size. They don't have it in the color I want. But you know what? My best friend's birthday's coming up. I'm going to buy them a $50 gift card.
Yeah. I mean, for your gift cards, for your business, you have new stuff coming in all the time.
Every day.
So that's the thing. It's like, okay, you may not find it today, but you know, check back
tomorrow, next week. And,
Right.
you know, we do the sneak previews. We do, I probably drive some of you crazy, but I think I'm the advertising queen here lately. I do so many promotions, but there's a reason. You know, I found out even when I had a brick and mortar, which was in a small town next door to the only post office, across the street from the only bank, on the busy street, on the square of the town. And a year later, people would come in and say, oh, I didn't even know you were here. People don't see you the first 6th or 7th time. Sometimes it takes 12. But, you know, people are just not getting it. And Bruce, let's face it, I don't know that door-to-door sales will ever come back the way our society is.
Yeah, it's scary.
And it's just like you said, the band people at the school, the teacher could sign up for an affiliate and make 20% every time somebody used their link to go towards that organization, instead of buying that, you know, maybe they can't buy a $20 roll of gift wrapping paper, but they can go in and buy a $20 top that they need.
I think one of the things with the schools is you have to have it in, and it's a lot of red tape. So I think for you, the best thing would be to go to some of these organizations. Jock put one in the chat there, and start there and just grow from that. I think that would be a great way for you to, like I said, scale. Gary, you've got your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of things. LaDonna, you don't have an affiliate link on your webpage, do you?
I have a tab. You just go to my website and the tab says affiliate.
Okay, I'm not seeing that on your site when I pull it up. But okay.
Okay, I'll look into that, but I will send you the link also. I'll put the link in the chat. Thank you, Gary, for letting me know.
The other thing, you've got a Google thing at the bottom. Are you on the Google business thing that, okay, so you get SEO from that as well?
Yes, Jock takes care of all that for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
And that is a never ending job, isn't it, Jock?
Yep. But it's definitely a business multiplier too, so.
Yeah, very good. Very good. All right. Was that helpful, LaDonna?
Oh my gosh, I just can't wait to get off here and start emailing and calling people.
Yeah, just do Google. Yeah, just do some Google searches. That's what I did. And there's actually, I'm trying to think of what it's called, but when I found out, there's like something you can get on and they'll give you so many for free that you can look at to see the names and you can
Mhm.
see how much their revenue is. You want to go after the low balls. You want to go after the ones who are starving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
And
they
you know,
really
guys,
need.
it doesn't have to be a huge organization.
That's
I
what
have
I'm
one right
saying.
now. I'm dealing with, it's a local, it's a church food pantry, which, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up. The world's been hard. Food is short at these food pantries. And I'm trying to get these ladies to come in and do, you know, the month of November or December or January, whatever, to help fill back up their food pantry.
Also,
And it can be small or large, but you know what, guys, just go on. And if you know, like Gary is the only reason I had the fundraiser I had this month. I didn't know about anything about this organization until he told me about it. So if you know of one, please reach out to me.
Right.
It would be an
Right.
honor to help someone that you know or you deal with or you know of.
well, for anybody that's looking to do this type of, partnering with the different charities, is check with your local, your churches, your schools, your chamber of commerce. Ask, are there any local organizations that are in need that I can partner with?
Exactly. And don't forget, if anybody you know that needs an extra, you know, make extra money here and there, have them sign up for that affiliate program. I mean, it never hurts, poor, rich, wealthy, whatever, to make a few extra bucks. Like Nancy could sign up, Bruce could sign up. However, you get that link and you just say, hey, daughter, the next time you order something, look here first. Hey, son, the next time you order something, look here first. And I have the flat rate shipping. So
Yeah.
I ship worldwide.
All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, guys.
All right.
Well, two more things. I put in a second one. The House of Ruth is one here in Baltimore that deals with women escaping from battered situations where they're escaping their husbands. And so that might be one that organizations like that might be attractive. The last one I put in is the Council of Nonprofits.org, and that is a national organization of nonprofits. They're in DC. They actually have a library there where you can go in and research stuff. Not that I'm suggesting you go there, but I'm guessing if you get in contact with them, you might be able to get lists of nonprofits from them, or you could call them. They might be able to give you guidance on how you could contact people or whatever. They might give you ideas that we haven't even thought of.
Yeah,
Oh,
and there's
perfect.
different levels. There's 50C3s, there's different types of nonprofits. So you need to also look at that, where they get their funding and all of that stuff as well. Some are just charities. Some can do fundraisers, some have their own fundraising. So there's some legal whatever. So you can find out what kind of works for you. That just reminded me when Jock said that. Next week I will be at the Okaloosa an event. So we will not have Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday next Friday because I don't have a host, and we are doing it for human trafficking. So there's an event, a fundraiser and an information session and all of that, because that, that's a big, if you don't realize it, it's a big deal, y'all. Human trafficking. And it's not just women, it's children, it's men, it's people from all over that are getting themselves in, a position like that, and to get those folks out. And I've got some friends who have kind of like halfway houses, where they're trying to help these women, and it's just, it breaks your heart. And it's mindset. I mean, once they get in that mindset that they have just been programmed, they're not worth anything. And it's a scary situation to know that there's so much of that out there that I just wasn't aware it was that prevalent all over the world, not just here in the US, but all over the world. And it just breaks my heart. So anyways, let's move on to someone else. Who would like to share maybe how you think that you stand out? Maybe talk about your view, or you can discuss what you would like to get done in the last quarter versus the new quarter. Claudio, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it's actually very, very simple. I mean, I don't have a product or service to sell. Obviously, you know, we all know that I'm all about the passive income, but the one thing that's been working the most and the best for me is consistency. If you're going to go to a certain networking group, don't go once every 2 or 3 events or webinars or whatever you want to call them. You got to be consistent. You got to build those relationships without actually working on building the relationships. I mean, you know, I do my best to be here every single week, unless I'm in Mexico or somewhere else in the world, who knows? But you know, it's important to me. It's important to be seen. It's important to be heard. And you know, what you have to say may not always click right away or that first few times, but somewhere down the road, something might say, hey, you know what? I really want to look into this a little bit more. Sometimes it takes 10, 15 times to hear the same thing over again. And that's been, you know, what's been working great for me. I mean, you know, Nancy, you know, I know a few of you know that I go to a lot of selling on the spot events, and I've put in close to 90 people between Novatech and Cash FX just from selling on the spot. And it's because of that repetition, because I'm there at those events. I may see different people each time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you know, that's what's really been helping me, is that consistency of being seen regularly.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things that drives me bananas, and it has happened, we don't get it that much in this group at all, thank goodness. But in some of the other groups, you have givers and you have takers. And you'll see somebody who comes in, they do their elevator pitch or whatever, they throw up on everybody, and then, oops, got another meeting, see you later, click. That doesn't look good.
No. It's
not good business. Your reputation is going to be tarnished. And I don't care that you're busy. We all are busy. And that's just a really rude thing to do. And
Yeah,
it won't
it
take
comes back-
long.
It comes back into relationship marketing.
Yes. Yes. And one of the things that we have prided ourselves here is that we're all heart-centered entrepreneurs. We are about the relationships. We want to get to know one another because we want to be able to refer you in good conscience, knowing that you will take good care of our people, you know, and if you don't, you're going to hear about it. I mean, we've had, I think, one incident in 2.5 years, one incident that somebody didn't get taken care of. And we cut it off. Yeah, LaDonna, didn't we? So, not mentioning any names, but I'm just saying, you don't mess with our people.
No, and let me tell you, this is how good our people are in this group. I'm going to use a word I probably shouldn't, but I got really screwed over, money taken, nothing in return. And Angela and her partner in crime business came in and saved me for just a couple $100. And you know what, though? I don't let it hurt my mojo, Nancy. And you know why?
Yes, yes.
That money I lost, this is the way I look at it. That woman taught me how to use Canva, and she taught me how rude and corrupted people can be. So just another example, work with the people you know truly. We really didn't know her that well. We just tried to reach out.
And do
You know,
business
I've worked-
together. Yes.
So
yes.
I've worked with Angela. I still work with Angela. Great. Olivia, great. Jock, great. You know, I worked with anybody that needs Melaleuca, I'm sending them to Barry. Anyone that wants to invest money, I'm sending them to Claudio or Nancy. Bruce, perfect person to get in with writing and life skills. And I mean,
Well,
this is
and all
what
that
I'm going to
takes
use.
time. Yes, that takes time, because we've all been together now over 2 years, and people don't understand. This is not where you get in here, and that's where some of these, you know, groups do, which they've all got little different niches. But if you want long term, relationships, it's going to take time and consistency. Like Claudio said, you have to be seen. I know when I was really ramped up where I was meeting 125 people a week, you know, people were like, I see you everywhere. You know, I see your background. I see this, I see that. So-and-so said, you know, it takes that to kind of get your momentum going and built up so that you're recognized and it's your brand. And even though, just like Barry, we call him the mellow man, you know, we know what he stands for. You know, I know that Barry is ethical. I had a conversation with him one time that just proved even more how ethical and moral that he is. And that does my heart good because that's what we want our group to be. I don't want anybody, you know, go find another tribe. If you're not going to be honest and ethical with folks and, you know, under promise and over deliver. If I have to say that a million times, always under promise and over deliver, then you're going to come in smelling like a champ, you know, and everybody's going to love you. And another thing that, again, I've got it on my calendar now because I've been harping at y'all over it for the last couple of weeks. Let's try and finish up the last 3 months, put it on your calendars to give folks a review or testimonials that's in our group. I really want y'all to do that before the end of the year. And you can do that. Number one, I'm going to try and promote our website, our Meet My Referral Partners website. That's a perfect way to do it. And then you can also do it through LinkedIn. And then those of you who have websites, you know, we want to go there. And then obviously, Jock, if I'm correct, they can go to the Google, their Google My Business page, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So those are, and I'm not saying take a long time and, you know, have some big poetic thing written. That's not what I'm talking about. Just a couple of sentences is fine. You know, so that we can help our members do that. Okay. So we've got consistency, standing out, you know, collaborating with other people. Anybody have any ideas for Claudio?
Well, just one thing. If you can send out the link to everybody, I don't know if people know where, like on the Google business profile, where to find it, but if you log into your account, it'll say reviews, and then if you click on reviews, then it'll say, do you want to there's another button you can click where it'll give you the link to send to people to take them to the exact right spot, instead of just saying, hey, could you give me a Google review, and making them do the work.
Okay, how about I make a Google sheet and then everybody send me, or when we meet the last Friday of the month, not next week, but the next Friday, everybody come prepared to put that in the chat or in the Google sheet, and then I'll email that out to everybody. Does that sound like a deal?
Yep.
So you can just give us all your links for your reviews. So if you have a website and you have one there, if you have LinkedIn, you'll have it there. Our Meet My Referral Partners there. And I don't remember which one I missed. So you should have 3 or 4 places that we can actually give you a review. And if you just take a few minutes each week, you know, like one day for 30 minutes, I'm just going to do reviews and testimonials. Just do it, y'all. It's very powerful. It's very powerful. We've been paying lip service, myself included. I just, like I said, I finally got it on the calendar, and that's what I'm going to do. But now that we'll get this sheet, that be an easy way for us just to mark it off and go right down the line. Okay, for who else would like to share what makes you stand out, what your plans are to finish strong in the last quarter versus the upcoming new year? Do you have any new plans? Anybody? Sophia, go ahead. I called on her before she raised her hand. Y'all see that? That was good.
Okay. Well, for me to, is consistency as well. To continue to do what I'm doing in making videos every week and doing my weekly shows. So that's it. I think Some new things that I may have to adopt is follow up. That is one of the things that, you know, I'm not so efficient in. So that would be good. And then while you guys were talking, I had an idea to be able to, you know, when you're talking about the nonprofits, to be able to contact some of those people as well, and like offer my services to help with the mindset of transformation and mastery of some of the people that are, you know, experiencing challenges in those kind of areas and stuff.
Very good. Very good. Anybody have any tips for Sophia? Anything that she might could do? Do you think she's consistent?
I
Every
do
week?
think she's consistent. Also, Sophia, and maybe you already do this, but I love hearing you speak. Do you do a lot of like going out and speaking to organizations? Because every time I listen to you, you build my inspiration. It's like you're talking to me sometimes.
No, I don't presently go out to a lot of organization, and that was one of the things I was thinking about. Maybe even doing like going from Zoom and then, you know, talking to them, because I kind of, you know, I do like the consistent things that I do. I also homeschool my daughter, and so that's you know, that's like a pretty full schedule. But I'm thinking that I would be able to you know, reach out to some of these people and then just be able to provide some form of service, whether compensated or uncompensated service, to help with the mindset of people, and also for visibility and getting known and those type of things.
Because I know even like the libraries have people come in and speak, and because I've been looking into that to possibly start doing that with my book that's coming out. So when you were started talking, I thought that would be great for Sophia.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Gary, do you have any updates? What do you got on the calendar for the last couple of months, or anything new that you want to share with us for the upcoming year?
Just came back from our annual conference, a lot of good information there and that sort of thing. You know, the end of the year, most of the franchise companies start throwing out big bonus type things and those kind of things. So for the last part of the year, it's mostly just trying to cash in on some of those so that I can help my clients who are interested get a better deal, but also get a better deal for myself. So that's what I am. As far as differentiators and things, you know, we don't do probably a good job of putting our differentiators out there. I mean, I don't charge people to work with me. So you don't have to write me a check or anything like that. And the other part of it is, you know, we're 100% an education process, not a sales pitch. And a lot of people don't understand that and how different that can be from going to an expo or something like that, where as soon as you walk through the door, you're going to get swamped with people trying to give you the deal of the day sort of thing. So I need to work on some way to come up a little better with some of those kind of things to make sure people know when they look me up, that's what they're going to get. They're not going to come in here and look at a list of businesses to buy. That's not what I do. So
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that is totally different than what most people do. And something that you guys do a terrific job is those daily memes that y'all post. I mean, y'all really, your marketing people are on it for those. I love those. One popped up this morning as in like a year ago or something. And I thought, man, I love all those. It's not saying come be my client. It's really good, you know, leadership, you know, good quotes or, you know, whatever. Go ahead, Sophia.
I don't know what Gary does, so if he could just give a brief overview of what he does.
sure, I get to help people who are interested in going into business look at franchises particularly, but more than that, go through a process to determine whether that's really what they want or whether they don't want to go in business for themselves. And that introspective look and some of those kind of things that we do to help them reach that point of clarity is part of the educational part that I was talking about. So, you know, you're going to learn a little about yourself. You're going to go through some investigation, so to speak, to determine if what you really want to do is own a business. And then we'll take a look and see if there's something that we represent that works for you. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. You know, there's no obligation or anything like that to go through with us. So if you go all the way to the end and decide, well, this really isn't for me, that's okay.
And how do you get paid, Gary?
It's like a finder's fee. If I turn
Yeah.
someone over to a recruiter, they send me a finder's fee if they can place that person. If I turn someone over and they invest in a business, the businesses give us a referral fee because they feel like that person that's gone through that educational process is going to be a better business owner for them and be more successful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I remember Olivia went through some of that or all of that. And she was telling me what a wonderful job that you had done and how she got some clarity that she didn't have before and some interest in some, you know, different things. And she was like, wow, I had no idea, you know, some of that stuff. And they also have their own book. I mean, they've got a career source book that's really, really good.
New revision is just on its way out, should be out in a week or two. A little updated version. Some of the critiques we had said, hey, you're a little bit outdated kind of thing.
Right.
So, redone that. And I think the new book, different title, but the same basic information. I think that'll resonate a little better with people.
Right. All right. Anybody have any comments for Gary? Go ahead, Jock, go ahead.
I just wanted Gary to put his contact information because I have a referral I want to connect you with.
Okay.
Fantastic. Bruce, did you have something you wanted to share?
Yeah, just yeah, this is not specific to Gary, but just something I didn't mention in the last week, and that just a little tip for something that Laurel Langmeyer does. Is she's got a website URL that it redirects to a page on her website, but it's because her name is kind of unique, LORAL. It was easy for her to get this website domain as justmetlaurel.com. So when she's flying at business places on travel or she meets somebody, she gives them that and they go to that website and it gets them into her funnel and gets them a free download and different things like that. But that's just another way of marketing yourself and getting them exposed to more of what you offer.
I love that. I had one that I had set up for similar for booking appointments, you know, and I'd done a domain, but I love that. I think I'm going to incorporate that today.
Yeah, because I don't
cool.
I don't remember the exact URL. I was playing with it here, but she's got another one for reviewing her. I thought it was Review Laurel Now or reviewlaurelonline.com or something, but none of those work. So I'm not sure what it was, but that's another way of if you're have material that you're wanting your clients to review you can just have that linked so that you can have it set up so it goes to a page that has a lot of the different places where you want them to leave reviews on.
Yeah, love that.
One other thing on that, Nancy, think about if you all haven't incorporating QR codes into your stuff where somebody can use their phone and pop right to your links and that kind of stuff. I mean, you know, almost every business now is doing that.
Well, it's interesting that you brought that up because there was a huge surge in the market where everybody was doing it and then they stopped doing it. And now it's like I'm seeing more and more. So it's almost like that was on a cycle. And I've never kind of seen technology like that happen.
It seemed like there was a few years ago, I think there was a competitive thing to the QR code that came out, and they were spreading the rumor, oh, QR codes are dead. So everybody was, backed off of them.
There was a technology update on that, and it has to do with smartphone. When the first QR codes came out, you could turn your camera on and look at it, and it wouldn't take you to the website. Almost 100% of them now, and it's called an RQR or something like that now. But as soon as you put your camera on that, it should pop the website up, and you can just tap on it and go directly to it from there.
Oh, my mom, I've been telling y'all that she's like hooked on the Hallmark Channel, right? They're using them all the time. And I ordered something for her the other day, and that's what I did. I held up my phone, they have the QR code, boom, took me right there, and I was able to get it.
Yeah, there are more and more that I'm seeing that these customized QR codes that have like their little logo in the center. And that I never used to see that until just this year, really.
There's also a lot of ways that you can use that to gather information, who's looking, how many times they visited, a lot of things like that, just based off that QR code. So a lot of metrics available with that as well.
Wow.
I was reading some training, reading something that might help everybody, but I was thinking for Sophia and LaDonna in particular, especially since LaDonna, you're in a fairly small area, a lot of smaller newspapers and magazines that deal with a regional area, or possibly even like Chamber of Commerce. But more that if you contact the newspaper and just let them know what you're doing and send them a press release, small might put an article in about you, and you get a whole new market of people that you aren't hitting through online or anything else.
Yes, for free. And I can help you make sure you're hitting all the topics, because I worked with our, well, I was a newspaper columnist for a long time. All right. That's a great idea, Jock. I should have thought of that. Doggone it. Great idea. Thank you for sharing
Jock.
that. Yes. Any way
So-
that you can turn something into news. It can't be a promotion, y'all. It has to be a newsworthy slant. So you're doing something unique as part of that's how you're going to slant it, LaDonna. You're doing something unique. Every month or every whatever, you're highlighting a nonprofit in the region or whatever you wanted to say. For
But-
more information, contact,
But there's a way you can add on to that, is that if they are going to do something and see if there's a way you can get if they have a list of local companies or whatever, you can get in there, and then that becomes a backlink to your website. And from a newspaper, they're going to have a fairly strong website that'll give you more ranking power than some of the other things you can get. So if you can finagle that as well, that's a win-win, a double bonus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, before we get off here, just a reminder, we will not be having Lunch and Learn Zoom Friday next Friday, but we will come back the last week of the month. Vida, you've now been with us a couple of times. Want to say thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you'll schedule some time where we can have a meet and greet to see if you think that we're a good fit for you or not. You want to give us any comments from the times that you've been visiting with us? You are on mute. And everybody make sure, if she's not met you yet, make sure that you put your contact in the chat. You're still on mute, Vida.
Can you unmute her?
Yeah, I'm trying. Let's see here.
No, I'm only getting asked on mute.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, there she goes.
Is that okay? Is that better? Can you
Yes.
hear
There
me?
you go.
Okay. I was just listening to everybody. This is my second time here. But I was just listening to everyone, and I felt so at home, just listening to everyone, because I'm in the financial services space, and I used to meet with clients one-on-one, but since the pandemic, then I have to be online, going to different meets, groups, and, it's very interesting because that's what I want to do. I'm for the last part of this year and coming into the next year, I want to recruit like 100 women. I'm just dealing with women because so we need to collaborate, we need to educate, we need to build relationships, and that's what I hear in this group. Just that the ethics part about it. I remember when growing up, I noticed in the financial services arena, when I did my exams, some things were just a given, like ethics, for example, was just a given. It was years later you had to do a course on ethics. And I'm saying, what is this? I thought that was everybody have ethics.
It's sad. It's absolutely sad. When I had to start putting that in our college curriculum when I was a dean, it broke my heart. Business ethics should not be a thing. It should be an automatic deal. And for those of you who missed it last week, Vita was our guest speaker, and she is Primerica. So make sure that you reach out for her. And again, we all know not everybody is going to be your client or customer, but 100% of everybody that you meet should be your referral partner. And so I'll have also put that link out there on our page for you to watch that and learn more about her backstory, which was really wonderful. Well, we hope that you will consider joining us. Vita, again, for those of you who are listening, week 1 is elevator pitches, networking, tips, tools, and resources. Week 2 is masterminds. Bring your business problems. Let's brainstorm. Let's help you overcome those obstacles, help each other grow their business. We want you to rise higher, go further, faster. Week 3 is all about building wealth, philanthropy, doing good things, making a positive impact in this world. And week 4 is personal and professional development. Now you get all of that for your membership, y'all. Our membership is rock dirt cheap. It's $125 a year, and plus either a monthly, beginning next year, it's a monthly fee, and you get to choose that. But what's unique about us is you earn as you learn. You have the opportunity to earn more than what your membership is on our wealth building programs. And I don't know of any other group that has that attached, that for entrepreneurs. So you come in here, you learn how to grow your business, and you learn how to make money, multiple streams of passive income, which is really great. So we've evolved over the last couple of years that we've been working together, and I'm looking for us to do some really great things over the next year and to finish out our quarter strong. All of our projects are doing really well, which I'm real pleased with. But again, it's about you growing, building your business, having enough money so that you can invest to take care of yourself financially. We want you to achieve financial independence, whatever that number might look like for you. And you have to have money, y'all, to do great things in this world. If you want to make a positive impact, you can't do that and be poor unless you're Mother Teresa. Okay. And, she's affiliated with nonprofits. Claudio and LaDonna, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, LaDonna. You had your hand up first.
I just wanted to, and Olivia might have brought this up in the past. She's not here today since we're not going to be on Friday. I don't know that you guys know, but there's a book coming out, The Cinderella Monologue. Her and I both have a chapter in that book, and it comes out October 22nd. Please, please, please support us. We're going to have a great buy on the book. Give us a review. We want to be bestsellers. We're going to be a bestseller.
There you go. There you go. Yes, I think that's going to be super cool. I love the premise behind that. Go ahead, Claudio.
I just wanted to mention one quick thing regarding the 5 Diamond Club. If you go into the link that I gave you down at the bottom right, there's a tab where you can book a 1-hour consultation with Michael himself. He will not try to sell you. He will not try to push you into anything, but the amount of information you're going to get in that hour just blows your mind. It's amazing what this thing includes. And it's good to hear without you having to go in and doing all the research yourself. He'll lay it all out for you. So
what I might try and do is invite him to come on to one of our lunch and learns. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Then we
If
can
you, if
kind
you
of,
want me to reach out to him, I will. If you want to reach out to him, I don't know if you know him or not. And yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to.
great. All right. Thank y'all very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Nancy, what?
Yes.
So are you going to do, since there's nothing next week, are you going to do a little bit of the third and fourth week in the fourth week, or?
Yes, that's what I thought I would do. I've been doing a pretty doggone good job of keeping y'all updated on a daily and weekly basis. I've already done the end of year, October's reports are already out. September's reports are already out for last month, which is normally what I go in. And then I've been doing daily and weekly updates on the Facebook page for our wealth building. So I feel like y'all probably are in the know. So I really want to focus on the philanthropy piece and maybe some ideas about being a little bit more well-rounded in our portfolio. It's probably what my focus will be instead of just results, because I'm putting the results in the Facebook page, and then we'll do a little professional development as well.
I won't see you guys for a couple of weeks since on the 28th, which will be our next session. So I'm going to be in Big Table in Reno, so I won't be on
Oh, boy.
here.
Well, take good notes as you always do. Look forward to getting
Well,
a debrief.
It's going to be fun because let's see, what is it? The 26th and 27th is what their first Gen W, generational wealth thing. So that's a day and a half, and then another day and a half right after that for the big table. So the generational wealth thing is really, really going to be interesting.
For those of you who may not know, Laurel Langmeyer, she is known as the Millionaire Maker. She is well known for that. You can Google it. You can see that's her moniker, and she's done it. And so Bruce just happens to be on her big table. So she is his coach along with a group of people. So it's really been fabulous watching him and listening. He always comes back and shares some really wonderful insights with us. So looking forward to getting your notes on that.
All right.
All right. Anybody else? All right. See y'all next time. Talk to you
Save
later.
your chat.
Have a
Save your
great
chat.
weekend.
Yes. Save your chat.
Have a great rest of the weekend.
Bye.